everyone, welcome to Morning Listeners. This is Nilima Keyes and today we are bringing to you an interview session with Miss Michaela. Morning Listeners is an online magazine dedicated to women. It showcases various articles, personal life stories, and interview sessions on different matters concerning women. And today our interviewee Michaela happens to be an international fashion model and an entrepreneur, as well as the founder of Michaela Vybohova. So let us welcome our interviewee. Hello, Michaela.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
I've been great. I'm getting over a sickness, but I'm very happy to be here.
Well, we are pleased to have you here with us on board too. So beginning with the interview, share a glimpse of your ideal morning routine with us.
The ideal morning routine, I try to wake up on an earlier side, and my mornings are just for me. So I check my email, but for the first hour, I don't respond. I wake up very early. I have breakfast. I take it slow. I get over my day, and by 9 o'clock, I start working. I start answering, and I try to get a little bit of workout in the morning. Try to get a little stretch. It's me time, and then all bets are off, and I'm speeding through the day.
That's great. So what did you have on your breakfast platter today?
On my breakfast platter, usually it's a fruit platter. That's my morning. I need a sweet breakfast. I need a little sugar. So this morning I've had some apples and bananas with a side of honey and some cereal.
Well, that's interesting and healthy. Are you a vegan?
I'm sorry?
Are you a vegan?
I am not a vegan.
Great. So where are you from?
I was born and raised in Slovakia.
Right. So what makes your destination close to your heart?
My destination in terms of my home, or where am I living now?
Well, the place you're living now.
The place I'm living now, so I'm based in New York right now, and there's like what makes it close to my heart. Well, I've ended up in New York because of work. So my work and my life and my friends and love life, it's all pretty much based here. I guess that's what makes it close to my heart. It's the friends I've made, but also the place where I came from. It's just as close to my heart. Where I was born and raised, where my family is, where my childhood was. Yeah, I guess I have little pieces of my heart all over the world.
Oh, that's interesting. So do you indulge in meditation or any other form of practices during the early hours of every day?
I don't. I've tried to do meditation. I'm not great at it. I'm really not great at it. What happens, it helps. I fall asleep during it, which I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong, but usually every time I try to meditate, it comes with a side of 20-minute nap.
Oh, okay. So this question is quite late to be asked because we're almost coming to the mid of January. But anyways, if you've made a list of new resolutions, you could share with us.
Yes. So I don't necessarily do resolutions. I guess my resolutions go throughout the entire year. If there's something that I would like to achieve or something I would like to check in with myself, I do it any time of the year. And I guess my latest resolution that I would like to get over myself, I'm a very private person, but as it goes with a career of being a model, and I guess I need to learn how to share a little bit more of myself, my life, how to just share a little bit more of me when it comes even when it comes to terms of social media, maybe YouTube, maybe doing interviews just like this. So one of my resolutions, long story short, is being more of an open book and share a little bit more of myself where there's still balance.
So tell us something more about Michaela Vybohova, the brand you've created. So how did you actually came about building this brand in the fashion industry?
So I was raised by a single mom, and we were both in love with fashion, and we could never afford it. So I guess we all we had was the magazines and flipping through it and just idealizing the fashion and imagine what would it be like and trying to get as close to it. We would go thrifting, and when my career as a model started taking off and I've started being on working for magazines and being in the editorials and working with brands like Dior, working with some of the biggest brands in the world, and now all of a sudden it was all close to me and I could touch it, I could feel it, but even like no, even like evidence to the contrary, I still couldn't afford it. I still couldn't afford it, even though I was wearing it for the day, for an event, for here and there. Um, so I came up with an idea. Well, what if I created something that's somewhere in the middle where I love the quality. I love the quality. I'm such a fan of the craftsmanship and the detail and the stitching. I'll go so deep into it and just adore it. And I wondered if we could create something that's in the middle. That's something where like somebody like me could afford it, and somewhere where it's just like a happy median. So that's how I came about and created Michaela V shoes.
Well, that was a great intro, and thank you for sharing us about your life as well before becoming a model. Well, one of your iconic quotes that I found while reviewing about your website and your brand was that give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world. It was truly inspirational, just to be honest. And so, how would you like to comment on the same? What notion were you trying to convey by this quote?
So it's a legendary Marilyn Monroe quote, but for me personally, how I translate it, because no matter, you can have the most simple outfit. I'm wearing a black sweater and a black leggings, but if there's a right pair of shoes, the perfect pair of boots, it makes me, there's something that changes about my confidence, about the way I carry myself. Maybe it's little. And when I saw the quote from Marilyn Monroe, I was like, wow, I may not be the only one. So I do agree with this.
That's great. So, what is your message for young women who are planning to start a career in this competitive industry of fashion, either as a model or as an entrepreneur introducing a new brand?
This is so close to my heart because I've been through so many layers as aspects of trying to break in, trying all the twists and turns, and I think one of them would just be stay strong. And one of my favorite um, things that I like to follow or quotes, just stay stay stubborn and focused on your vision, but very flexible on the details. But meaning that you can have like one goal, that this is your dream, but there's 1,000 ways how you can get to 100. So usually we think like it's going to happen, our dream is going to happen and this way, and I'm gonna meet this person or I'm gonna work for this brand and then it's gonna get me there. I feel like most of the time it doesn't work out like that, and there's 1,000 ways how to get to your end goal. So just stay flexible on the details and
That's
stay
great.
open-minded.
Right. So, what are some of the latest collections that Michaela V Shoes are planning to introduce this year?
So we are making sneakers.
Oh,
I'm incredibly excited about that. We are in production for sneakers. I'll give you a sneak peek. So this is our latest one. This is our first launch. This will be in black.
oh, that's great.
This will be like we'll also launch them in white, but I won't show them. And what's my favorite? I put hidden messages on them.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yes, I'm very
Lovely.
excited.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We put them, and this is funny because this was my way. So everything about my shoes is quite personal to me, and there's always something like a little message that is from me. Everything is everything makes sense in the part of the story, every single detail. And I started dating somebody and I fell in love, and I didn't know quite how to express myself because we girls sometimes don't like to say it first, and I'm one of them. I was very self-conscious about it. So my idea was when I was making shoes to just put it on the soles. And I was like, well, if I put my feet on the table, maybe he's gonna get the message.
Great.
So this is this is how I was able to express myself. So hopefully maybe it will help a couple other girls who are in the same position.
Interesting. Right. So, as an ambassador for Beauty for Freedom, what do you hope to contribute towards empowering the survivors of human trafficking through creative arts?
The organization is so incredibly close to my heart, and I worked with them for a long amount of time, and all I can hope is that we share awareness and more victims will be able to come forward and share their stories. And it's something so incredibly traumatizing that a lot of the victims they don't quite feel comfortable sharing their stories or what happened. And all I can hope with that somehow we will be able to shine a light, and with the help of the victims just be able to catch the people responsible and the cause of this and come to the root, and one day just end up stop to us.
Interesting. So, where do you see Michaela Vybohova in the next 10 years?
Where do I see them? I just see it growing into, obviously just growing, and I want to be able to hire more people. And I guess part of my mission of starting my business, I want to be able to help create somebody else's dreams, and I want to be able to have more people and more girls working for me that have the creative side, the design. Ideally, I would like this company to be like a little incubator or hub for people that want to start their own thing one day, and where they are able to self-realize. And that's my only dream, to be able to grow, to have a collection wider, to create more jobs for other people, to help somebody else, and just all through creative arts and through love and passion of something maybe as small as fashion.
That's great. So, what were the challenges you faced while emerging as an international fashion model and an entrepreneur, and how did you overcome them?
So I've had quite a few. I guess it seems funny, but every day there's something. Every day there's new challenge. One of the challenges was that when I was young and I was starting my business and I was trying to figure it out, I was not taken seriously just because I was too young, and in a way that some people are right. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was very determined to figure it out. And I felt like that a lot of times I wasn't heard, or that my opinion doesn't matter as much. But I guess just to overcome it, just day by day, and grow and stay strong. Stay strong, because you know what? No matter how many people don't take you seriously, there will be somebody that will. And then it's a snowball effect.
Right. And that's true. There's a saying that no matter what you do, there'll be at least someone or the other who wouldn't accept it, or who wouldn't appreciate you, who would always find a mistake or two in you. And that's true. And as an entrepreneur emerging as a new one, as a young person, you might you might find it challenging initially, but now it seems you have made your brand. You're able to get along with this.
Yeah, and I'm still facing challenges. It's still a new brand, and you know what? The beginnings are the hardest. So I don't know if it might seem on the outside that I have it figured out, but I am figuring it out. I'm still working on the distribution, trying to get into new countries and studying the law and the trade law and what can I do, and so
Right.
it's only the beginning.
Right, and I appreciate your tenacity and determination to again focus more on your brand and then expand it more.
No.
Right. So what makes Michaela Vybohova special to women?
I guess it depends. I guess that's an individual question.
Yeah, right. But
Wow.
but as a founder, what do you aim to make it special for women?
So all of this happened to be an accident, but my brand is created by women for women. So if you see like most of high-end footwear designers are men, and a lot of them don't wear their own heels and don't know how it necessarily feels. So my brand is created by women for women, and it's not just me, but also when I met with my manufacturer, and I met the head and all the ladies that are making my shoes and all the workers, I found out by an accident that they are all women. I don't have a single man working on my product. So I was like, wow, this is incredible. And I can truly 100% say that this is created by women for women because it's assembled by women. Every piece is stitched together by another woman. And they also do the fit test. They try them on in the factories before it goes out. So
That's
I can
something.
say it's 100% women approved.
That is something really unique about your brand. Right. So, lastly, what do you think this world needs the most?
What do I think this world needs the most?
Right.
I think it's just compassion. I think because I do believe, like, I've been called naive before, but I believe there's something I'm the type of person that I like to see the best in somebody, and I like to see the goodness of somebody. And I think we just need more compassion, and no matter what who I'm dealing with, I try to find the root of what's causing maybe the way they act, maybe the way they feel. And I think that just if we had a little more compassion for one another and a little more understanding, we would go a lot further.
Well, on that beautiful message, I come to the end of this interview session. Thank you so much for joining us today and patiently answering all our queries and being with us today. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. You're wonderful.
And thank you, audience, for watching the entire session.